business, career, finances, all things money. Welcome back to Tarot and Beyond. Today's reading, as you saw in the title, the thumbnail, and obviously the intro, is about career, finances, money, wealth, and business in all ways, shapes, and forms. So we have 3 groups to choose from, 3 piles represented also with these little crystal / rocks. So we have group 1 with the, I don't even know, it's like a fossilized snail, something along those lines. So that's group 1, pile number 1. And then we have group number 2, pile 2 with the wealth rock. And group 3, pile 3 with, again, another fossil, which I don't know what it is, but it's like some kind of a ancient creature. Group 3, pile 3. All right, so make your selection. Use the timestamps linked in the description box or the chapter notes below to jump ahead to your chosen reading or readings, and we'll see you there. All right, hi group 1. You guys chose this pile and the little fossilized snail shell. So let's find out what is going on in your finances and career. Let's start with tarot and then we'll look at your oracle cards. So you guys have the 8 of Wands starting out your reading. Okay, feeling like I just heard the word marketing. Okay, so you might be wanting to share some ideas or advertise something, put something out there, market yourself is kind of what I'm seeing. Let's see what else. 7 of Cups, it's like you have a lot of options on how you could communicate what you offer or what you're good at. This could also, I did just get a message about networking as well. So you guys might be getting into networking, or marketing yourself could be a form of networking. Yeah, it feels like you have a lot to offer, group number 1, in your business or your career, and it's very much about sharing in some way, communicating that, expressing it so others can see it. It needs to be visible is what I'm seeing. Yeah, it needs to be visible so that it will get out of this stuck energy, because the snail kind of reminds me of slow movement, especially since it's fossilized. It's like maybe it hasn't moved ever, so or millions of years since it has. So it's like to get moving here really quickly, it's like you might need to think of alternative ways to market yourself or promote yourself, or if you work for a particular business, it's like showing off your skills. If you're looking for a job, this would be like buffing up or beefing up your resume and finding new ways to advertise that. Yeah. Strength card as well. It's like it's gonna take some work is what I'm seeing here, group number 1. It's gonna take some work for you to advance. It's like it takes some courage, or it takes some grit, or it takes some kind of thinking outside of the box, or drawing outside the lines. But I think that it's like you will meet the right people, and these could be people who are going to help you. They could have a lot of knowledge, skills, power, experience, or connections. And I feel like by networking and by sharing and promoting yourself and kind of just being open about what you do or what you're good at, I think you're going to meet the right people, because they keep showing me this lion, and the girl riding on the back of the lion is like you meeting someone who can kind of lift you up and take you where you need to go, or maybe you can kind of ride on their back a little bit to get ahead in a good way, not in a bad way. You're not using anyone. It's not like a stepladder kind of thing. It's more just like, this is somebody who is very good at what they do, and they recognize that so are you, and so they're like, here, come with me, let me introduce you to so and so, or let me put you up for this job. It really is all about who you know here, group number 1. That's the vibe I'm getting from your pile and from your reading. The Empress. Okay, I want to put this here like a little bit down as if it's centering the reading. So it feels like you are very creative, group number 1, and there's a lot of growth that is coming here. yeah, it's like things are just going to pop up all over the place. You know, you might even have multiple offers, or you might have multiple, like if you work for yourself and this is your own business, you're going to have multiple people reaching out to you and wanting to kind of pick your brain. You could be the person who's very skilled in carrying other people even. So it could be reversed, you know, take it as it resonates. But I see you being more public in some way. That's kind of the gist of it. You're being more public in some way. And as a result, there's more awareness of what you offer, or there's more eyes on your services, your products, your skills, your talents, your resume, whatever it happens to be. And I think that is what's creating this massive growth for you, and this regenerative type of very fast, prolific growth. That's what it feels like. Proliferation is the word that I meant to say there. Prolific, yes, that applies, but definitely proliferation. It's like this is going to be expanding really quickly. Oh, interesting. You have the 9 of Swords. You know, with the 9 of Swords here, it kind of feels like, yeah, just be careful not to work yourself too hard, group number 1, because what I'm feeling here is like you've got a lot going on mentally, you've got a lot of ideas, you've got a lot of brains and a lot of creative projects, maybe even on the go, or you're just doing a lot of work. And I can see you expending a lot of that energy to get things moving and to get things growing, and maybe even to pick other people up, or to spending a lot of energy meeting other people who can help pick you up, something like that. It's like whatever it is, you're putting a lot of energy into it. And I just feel like it is important for you sometimes to slow down, because I feel like a lot of this energy is very fast and very hard almost, but you do need to kind of pull back sometimes. Make sure that you're getting enough sleep. You might have so many ideas and so much inspiration and so much excitement for what you're doing or the growth you're seeing that you have a hard time resting, sleeping, or pulling back, especially if you work for yourself or you work for someone who's kind of pushing you. You know, if you work for yourself, this is you pushing yourself too hard and overworking. If you work for someone else, this is them pushing you a bit too hard and overworking because you aren't really saying no, or you're just really excited and maybe you're going above and beyond if they didn't even ask for it. It's like, it just feels like this energy of overworking, and then it puts you into a position where you can't sleep or you're not resting well, and this can create some it will just slow you down. You know, it's like it's better to slow down intentionally and rest than it is to have to slow down because you've pushed yourself too hard. Okay, let's look at your oracle cards. Yeah. The key, lock and unlock. Okay. So I think I'll put this here. Lock and unlock. Yeah, I feel like you're going to be discovering the key to something, whether it's the key to marketing or the key to networking or the key to a particular new venture or new job or a new level in your job if it's one that you're already in. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be something unlocked. But again, it's very important that you rest. They keep repeating this message that you're not getting good quality sleep, group number 1, and you need to rest more. You need to have your full 8 hours, and it needs to be good quality sleep. But I feel like your mind is racing because you've got so much going on, or you've got you've just got a lot on your mind. Okay. Old woman, sadness, and female. You know, I feel like there's fear here. I gotta say, that's such a random message, but that's what I just got really clearly. It's like there's fear here too. So it might not just be stress, insomnia, lack of rest, or lack of slowing down. I think that what's actually driving that is fear of being old and alone and not having lived a successful life. That's kind of what I'm feeling. It's like there's this fear, maybe very deep, very subconscious. I don't even know if this is something that you're aware of, but it's like this deep fear of, I'm going to be old and obsolete, and I need to push really hard right now with my work so that that doesn't happen. I need to leave a legacy of some kind. I need to be relevant. I need to be successful. I need to be abundant and seen as abundant. Otherwise, I'm weak. And that's not true. That's fundamentally inaccurate, group number 1, but it's a valid fear. Okay, I'm not invalidating your fear. That's valid. That is valid as heck. But it's not the truth. The truth is that you are successful no matter what you accomplish, no matter what you achieve, even though it might not feel like it. But just the fact that you're here, just the fact that you're doing something that you enjoy, hopefully that you enjoy. I mean, I don't think you'd be putting this much effort into it if you didn't enjoy it on some level. But I feel like it's more so about you really seeing the value in what you do, not even so much who you are, but it's like what you do, and a little bit detaching that from your identity and who you are. It's like you can be really successful at something and still be sad. So it's not really about the sadness. It's more so about taking care of yourself and making sure that you feel good. Because I think that's the real strength here, is that you need to feel good about what you're doing so that you can pull back when you need to and take care of yourself. Because otherwise you're just going to burn out, and then you are going to age yourself, and you're going to make it harder on yourself to succeed, because you'll be locking that door on yourself. That's what they just showed me. It's like you lock the door on yourself when you don't take time to check in with you and rest and care for yourself. That's what actually creates the sadness. So seems like a bit of a paradox, like slow down to speed up, but that's what it is. Yang. Interesting, because yang energy is all go, 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 go. It's all action and doing, and it's very masculine. It's very Eight of Wands, actually, because that Eight of Wands energy is fire, and it's action oriented, and things are up in the air, and they're moving fast. So I'm seeing here, like, you're very apt to take action. I think you're the type of person who would rather be doing something than doing nothing. But I do see yang energy here. I also do see yin energy here with the Empress and the female quality of the old woman. So the key here is really about balancing these two, so you can take action and you can do and you can network and you can share and you can create and all that stuff. But it's also really important that you pull back and rest when you need to, and receive and let growth happen, because I feel like some of the pressure that you've put on yourself behind the scenes is what's driving this go, go, go type of attitude, and that could be leading to burnout or stress or fatigue or insomnia, something like that, that's ultimately leaving you feeling a bit left out to dry, a little bit worse for the wear, raggedy. It's like you do need to really be successful. You need to feel abundant and lush and full of life. Really, that's what I see here. Love heals fear. I knew fear was a factor. I can't make, like, I feel it, I feel it, and then now I see it. All right, so love heals fear. The power of your love can help bullies and angry people to be less afraid. So it's really you loving yourself and loving even that part of you that has that fear. That's what doing shadow work is all about. It's facing the fear, embracing the fear, loving the fear so that it can't control you, and nurturing that part of you that has that fear, or looking for it if you haven't become aware of it thus far. It's like looking for it, understanding it, and being able to make friends with the fear a little bit, because if we ignore it, it can become even louder. Or if we repress it or suppress it, it could become even more insistent. So the key to unlocking your success here and feeling a sense of fullness, happiness, receptivity, being able to relax and not always be on, is really to embrace your fear by loving that part of you. And it doesn't mean letting your fear take the wheel. This is really like walking up to your fear and going, hey, I see you, you're valid. I understand why you feel that way, and we can do this, and we're going to do it together. So let's explore what's going to work for us the best. that's what I'm seeing here. It's a little bit of reparenting, self compassion, love, that kind of thing. Let me just move these over. 2 more cards here. Yes. So I do feel like you're going to get a yes. That's what I just got. You're going to get a yes about something that you've been asking for, or there's going to be a lot of yeses from people who see your work or who want to work with you or who want to give you something. Yeah, I just got that people want to give you something. But it's very much about balance, and you can even see that here with the sun and the moon in this individual's hand. It is balance between feminine and masculine. I mean, even look at this yang energy. It looks like the sun in that, like that fireball, and same thing here. So that's the yang, right? And then the moon is the yin. So moon is water, feminine, yang is masculine, fire. So yeah, balancing those two within you, taking time to relax, pull back, rest, that's yin. Receive, let things grow. Yeah, they did just give me the word proliferate again. So it's this sort of push, and then let things grow, and then push. Something like that. And there's going to be a lot of yeses. You're going to see things unlock for you in a big way. Magic. Oh, this is so cool. Number 41, magic. And she looks like Elsa, and this looks like the magic mirror. And I'm watching Once Upon a Time right now, and I'm in the season where there's the Snow Queen, and Elsa's in it, and the Snow Queen has like this mirror. So that feels significant. But yeah, it is about accepting your own power, because that's kind of the message from that show in that instance, was that because people had not accepted these cards are bugging me. Hold on, let me fix it. Yeah, whatever, it's not perfect, but it'll do. That'll do, pig. Okay, so yeah, what I was saying is kind of like Elsa and that, I can't remember her name, but the Snow Queen, who's like Elsa's aunt, they need to learn to accept their power and their magic, because they're afraid that they can't control it, and because they can't control it, they're going to hurt the people that they love. So this could also be part of the fear. This could be a particular concern. But again, I think that being able to relax and to rest properly, I think that's going to give you better control, especially of your mind. Like if this is mental magic, if your mind, if you feel like you can't control your mind, which is maybe why you're focusing so much on doing, because anytime you slow down, your mind is like, this is the magic you need to master. Yeah, okay. This is the magic you need to master, group number 1. And I think it's a lot through facing your fears, because if you slow down and your brain starts giving you all the fear, it's because you've kind of not addressed it, you've repressed it. Yeah, don't repress it, just address it. And having strength to do that, the puma, I don't know what, I'm in such a weird mood right now, you guys. Puma, the mountain lion here, and the actual lion, it's like power, strength. I did hear lion of industry earlier, and they just repeated it again in my head, so I did want to mention that. Lion of industry could apply to you, could apply to someone else who you're working with or who you'll meet. Yeah, maybe someone who you're networking with. Could be somebody you're related to. I just got that weird message. Something about like, not necessarily nepotism, but it may be like low-key nepotism. Let's just be honest here. But does that mean that you're not qualified? No, of course not. I think you're a really hard worker, group number 1. I can see that here, and maybe a little too hard of a worker. Like you're pushing yourself so much that you need to kind of learn to slow down and just be okay sometimes. But yeah, that's what I was talking about before, is like slowing down, having the strength to face your mind and face those fears within it, because that's actually going to help you unlock the key to your success. Yeah, and your happiness. And I did just get a random message here about being afraid of ending up alone, like maybe working too hard and then not being able to have a family or something like that. Yeah, I got that from the magic card because in the show Once Upon a Time, the Snow Queen, I can't remember her name, I'm so sorry. But anyway, that lady, her family like turns on her because she can't control her powers, and her biggest desire is for happiness and not to be alone. She just wants a family that loves and accepts her, but she does it in a really negative way. But here we have, yeah, like the sadness female, the old woman. It feels like maybe there's a deep subconscious fear that if you work so hard, you're going to end up alone, or it's like you focused so much on your career and maybe it's like too late to have a family or something like that. I don't know. If that's for you, that's for you. Maybe it's not, but it's just coming through, so I have to mention it. So that could be one of the fears, but it's like because that fear is there, there's even more drive to just do. But you could be feeling emotionally confused because part of you really wants the success, part of you really needs to rest, and part of you really just wants the best, which is the family. Rhyme. Yeah, so, I mean, group number 1, this is kind of an interesting reading. It's a little bit in many different directions, but that's really what the Eight of Wands and the Seven of Cups is talking about. It's kind of split in many different directions, and I think that's why there's this harmonization that needs to happen between the yin and yang. Even here in the picture, like the unicorn and the, I'm just going to say mountain lion because in BC, like in Canada, that's what they're called, mountain lions. And we have them here, like you have to be careful hiking on trails. But anyway, the unicorn and the mountain lion are opposites as well. Mountain lion feels masculine to me, unicorn feels feminine. So again, we have this confirmation of needing to balance those two aspects within yourself, knowing when to take action and when to rest, knowing when to slow down and stop, and when to put in a lot of effort, when to light the fire and when to put it out. That's kind of what I'm feeling, especially as it relates to your mind and what you're physically doing. So yeah, group number 1, that is what I see for your career. I hope that some of these messages resonated. It wasn't really like a whole one story type of message. This was the type of reading where it's like a little bit of different messages throughout. I feel like I'm speaking to a lot of different people right now within this group, whereas sometimes the group is more cohesive. So just take the messages that resonate with you. You will know that they're for you if it feels like it hit home or it just felt like it was for you. And take it and go, take it and go. I meant to say like take it and run with it, but yeah. Anyway, so you have the key to unlock something here. There's going to be a big yes. You'll get mental clarity on it. You'll see a lot of growth. You're going to embrace your magic by balancing feminine and masculine, and having the courage to face your fears will help you to network, get yourself out there, and grow in a balanced way. Okay. All right, guys, so that's what I see. I hope this helped, and we will see you in the next reading. Oh, and if you guys want to book a reading with me, I still have spots for November, which you can find through my website. On the services page, you will see my services, availability, etc. And if you'd like to become a member here on the channel to receive weekly guidance and monthly live streams where we do more one-on-one personal answers and Q&As, you guys can join by hitting the join button, which should be right below the video where the subscribe button is. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I love you. We'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 2. You guys chose the Wealth Stone and this particular pile. So let's find out what is going on in your career, business, work, money, finances, all that. We're going to start with the tarot and then we'll go into the oracle cards. So you have the Queen of Cups. I just heard emotionally invested. Okay, so you are emotionally invested in something. Eight of Cups. Ooh, it's interesting because the Eight of Cups can be a card of kind of emotionally divesting because you tried everything and found it lacking, and then moving on to something more, looking for something more. But in this case, it could be you are emotionally invested in moving forward on a path that will lead you to ultimate fulfillment. the 8 of Cups leads to the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups, 9 being about personal fulfillment and happiness, and then 10 being about community fulfillment and happiness. So I do feel like, yeah, you're emotionally invested in this journey. Let's look at it that way. Yeah, Princess of Cups as well. This is very much an emotional investment that you are making to a particular line of work, is what I just heard, but it could be a creative project as well, or a new endeavor, something that you're doing, you're emotionally invested in it. That's 100%. 5 of Wands. And it's falling right underneath that wealth stone, and I'm putting it sort of in the position of significance. And I'm not getting anything from that, so let me keep going. Ooh, Prince of Swords as well. Yeah, okay, so this does feel like some kind of a new project or a new endeavor, because the prince and the princess, these are new energies. These are new paths, is what they just said, new paths that are opening up for you. So these are pathways that you were not able to access before, but you are emotionally invested in it or them now. Okay, now what's up with the 5 of Wands, Spirit? Why am I not getting anything from this? They said keep going. Okay, we'll come to it then. Challenges and achievements. I see. Okay, the Mountain. So, yes, I feel like you're starting a new journey, group number... Actually, let me put this over here, because that's what I did in group 1. Group number 2. Yeah, you're kind of going on a journey here, a quest. Yeah, like with the sword in his hand, leaping into action. I'm going on a quest. Yeah, that's what it feels like. You're really, really wanting something to be successful, and you're moving towards it. But it does feel like it is a bit of a challenge for you. It's sort of a little bit out of your territory or out of your wheelhouse, is what I feel like. You're doing something maybe for the first time that's going to require you to speak, communicate in a different way, or write. It could also be something that you're very passionate about. It could be very personal. That's what I'm getting. It's like a very personal thing for you. And you're starting this new thing, and it just feels like it's going to be a bit of a journey, group number 2. Like it is. It's going to be a bit of a journey, but you are very much committed to it. So let's take a look at some more information. Yeah, the wife and engagement with bride. Here in the career reading, business reading, money reading, this is the commitment. I was literally just saying that you're really committed to this. And then we have the bride card. Yeah, like you're willing to get married to this thing, whatever it is. And dedicate your whole life to it, even though you're in the beginning stages, which is what the bride represents, right? She's not the wife yet, but she's about to be. She's engaged to be. So it's kind of like you're surveying the mountain, and you're like, okay, I'm going to plan how I'm going to get to the top. And then whoop, there we go. Because you really feel passionate about this, group number 2. That's really what I'm feeling. It's like you're very passionate about whatever this is. Okay, what you have not for you. Oh, okay, yes, okay, sorry, that makes sense, because the 8 of Cups is about walking away from something that is not for you. Ah, yes, here we go. I'm starting to see it. So your good fortune here, your wealth, your success in business, career, whatever it is that you're doing, you are going to be playing your pieces right, is what Spirit just said. And they showed me the chess pieces here in the card. You're going to be playing your pieces right. You are strategizing, you're planning, you're learning as well. Like I said, it's like you're planning your way up the mountain. You're scouting your path. And you're very passionate about it. So you're putting a lot into that planning stage. Now, I do see you walking away from something that's not for you and putting a lot of time and energy into whatever it is that you are fully committing to. So it's like you go full on as you put this energy into motion or into action. But there's something you don't see here, group number 2. I don't know why. I just got that message. There's something lurking in the shadow that you don't see. So let's see. I don't know. Laughter. You need a good laugh. Okay. Maybe you just need to, oh, that's maybe why they showed me the shadow, because they showed me the shadow of the fortune cookie. So random, but yeah, that's what they showed me, and that was what gave me the idea of like there's something hidden in the shadow. But this shadow might just be that you need to kind of lighten up a little bit about this thing. Maybe you're very solemn or very serious about what you're doing. It's like, why so serious? Like, lighten up just a little bit. Oh, that's why the Five of Wands is here. Because the Five of Wands can be about playfulness in its very, very light aspect. It's playfulness, it's competitiveness, but in a fun and almost like like kids sparring with sticks. They're just pretending, they're practicing. It's a very young, innocent energy. But Medusa here in the card is very like stony, very serious, very threatening. So I feel like that's what they're talking about here. Is the shadow side is the seriousness and the, I need to do it the right way. I need to plan this bit by bit. And oh, this is like such a huge thing for me. It's you're going into this commitment with a lot of like you're not taking it lightly, which I think is a good thing when you want to be in it for the long haul. But there is room here for a little bit of just, maybe don't take yourself so seriously. Maybe let yourself be a little bit silly about it, because if you don't, otherwise you might kind of shoot yourself in the foot a bit. That's what I'm feeling. So it's like, if you can, because the princess and the prince are very young energies. They like to just explore and learn through fun. That's how kids learn best, right? Is through fun. And that's why I think being emotionally passionate about this is going to help you, because if you can tap into that in a very fun and lighthearted way, like I'm very passionate about this because I enjoy it, and that's why I'm committed to it, then I think you're going to be better able to be consistent with it and actually make it to the top of that mountain. But if you take it too seriously and you don't let yourself actually enjoy what you initially were so passionate about, like I said, it's like you're going to freeze yourself and shoot yourself in the foot, and that's not productive. So this may have been a mistake you made in the past. That's what they're showing me. They just showed me in the past that you may have gotten a little bit too too serious about things and not letting yourself make mistakes or have fun or play or be lighthearted about it. It's like, it was like work is work and there's no room for anything else. But I'm seeing here, to be successful in this thing that you're embarking on, it is important, yes, that you're committed, but also that you have fun while you're doing it, because that passion is what's going to drive you up the mountain when things get hard. Because it's not always easy to be motivated or disciplined or consistent. But if you can have fun with it, then you can put endless amounts of hours into something because you enjoy doing it, not because you want to be successful or you're focused on the outcome. It's more about the journey here. It's less about where you're going or what you're getting to, and more about how you're getting there. Yeah, it's the journey, not the end of it, not the destination. That's what I'm trying to say. It's the journey, not the destination, for you. Okay, wow, look at this. Not the right time. You have not for you, 8 of Cups, and not the right time. Okay, so group number 2. I feel like the only reason that it may not be the right time right now is because you still have more to learn, and you may think that you're further along than you are. But if you're beginning something for the first time, it is important to be in a beginner mindset and be a little bit more open to making mistakes. I see the laughter here. It's like, you need a good laugh. It's okay to, just laugh at yourself if you don't know what you're doing, or you make a mistake, or it doesn't go perfectly. That's kind of what I'm feeling. It's like, I think it is actually the right time to start this, but it's not the right time to get to the top of the mountain. Like, you're not there yet. You're a beginner. So it's kind of like letting yourself be okay with that and embracing that part of the journey for what it is. Because again, it's about the journey, not the destination. So what is this part of the journey really here to teach you and to help you to become? More importantly, help you to become, because it's like you have to become the version of you that has that top of the mountain status, or that has achieved that success or that goal or that level of wealth, to be able to actually have it and to sustain it long term. But it's like you're not that person yet. You still, yeah, the Princess of Cups is giving me slightly immature energy. Now, I do not mean that you are immature, like emotionally immature, like whatever. No. I mean, like, you lack experience in this particular area. Like I said, it feels like it's a bit out of your wheelhouse. It's not something that you're necessarily trained in or knowledgeable about, and that's totally fine. You just need some time is kind of what I'm seeing here. You need some time to focus on that, to learn this new skill, and essentially a little bit of trial and error so that you can get better at it, you can improve at it, and that's what's going to make you successful. Ooh, descend. Well, number 9 is about endings as well. So, 8 is kind of like contemplating the ending. Should I walk away? Should I not? And then you have descend, which is like the ending of something, especially since it's descent. But it's interesting because the mountain here makes me think ascend, right? You're sending up the mountain, or you're trying to. But then we have descend. So I feel like there's something that you have to descend first before you can ascend. Yeah, that's why it's not the right time, because it's kind of like you have to come down from where you were at to get to where you want to be going. Yeah, they keep telling me that it's not the right time because you still have something else to learn. There's a step that you've missed here along the way, group number 2. I'm not sure what that is. Let me see. They keep showing me the trees. Okay, they showed me the trees in this card in the background, and then they showed me the forest that she's in here. So what is this about, Spirit? Why the trees? What does this mean? Oh, you can't see the forest through the trees. Oh, okay. And that's why it's important that you close something out first, because it's not for you. Maybe you're emotionally invested in this thing that, no, it is for you, because I was going to say that it's not for you, but it is for you. Whatever this thing is that you're emotionally wanting to commit to long term with your business or your career or a project or something like that, or a goal, it is for you. It is, but it's just not the right time for you, because again, there's something that you're not seeing that you need to close out first. I did just get the word closure as well. So yeah, there's something that you need to get closure on. This could be finalizing something with a job or a project or a career, or maybe you're switching careers or something like that. And it's like you kind of need to they did just give me the word decondition. You need to decondition yourself after that, decompress almost, like there's a period of time where you need to get back into balance with yourself, and then you can launch off, and then you can start planning, and then you can start learning. But it's kind of like you're in transition right now a little bit, and it's almost like you want to get from princess to queen, because I think you have queen level energy in this other area, but this is something else. This is like brand new for you. So it's like, even though you're a queen in one area, whether you're masculine or feminine, it's like you're a leader in one area, you're very skilled, you're very mature and talented, and very dominant in one area, but in this other one you're not, because you've never done it before, or at least not in this way. So it's kind of like stepping down your mindset and getting back into beginner role, which can be really hard. Like I can tell you that from experience. It's really hard to think that you've mastered something and then have to kind of check your ego and step back into beginner mindset. It's very challenging. Like I'm used to being in the teacher role, and when I step back into student, part of me is really passionate about learning, and then there's also that part of my ego that's like, I'm the teacher, blah, 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 blah. Like, let me tell you this and that. This is part of my shadow side, and I completely am aware of it. So anytime that happens, it's never verbalized. It never comes out. It's never acted upon. It's just like, I know that it's there because I feel it. I watch what's going on in my human mind. And I kind of laugh at it. Like, I'm like, yeah, okay, little Siobhan. Yeah, you want to be the leader. That's okay. I love you. You're so smart, and how about we learn this, because we don't know anything about this. So it's okay to be in the student role. You're still valuable, you're still valid, and you're still knowledgeable in those other areas. It's kind of like that, It's like just being a little bit lighthearted with that part of your ego that might need to be checked a bit before you can move into this next level of whatever it is that you're starting for the first time, because it is out of your wheelhouse and there is a bit of a learning curve, and that's normal. It's completely normal, especially since it's something you're very passionate about, and it is for you. It's just you kind of need to take a look at that type of motivation. You know what I mean? Like what you're feeling about it. So group 2, another interesting reading. These readings were not what I was expecting them to be, but like, are they ever really? No. But yeah, I feel like you're going to master whatever this is because you're passionate about it, but it is going to challenge you to kind of change the way that you operate. It is going to challenge your ego a little bit. It's going to challenge your level of commitment. It's going to challenge your mindset. Yeah, it's going to challenge, it might even challenge other people, or other people might even challenge you. Because the lower side of the 5 of Wands, remember we were saying the light side of it, is playful competitiveness and kind of like, having fun in a productive type of way like that, where you're learning something together, or you're collaborating. But the lower side of it, the shadow side, can be competitiveness and even maliciousness, where you're like battling against each other at all costs. So, you could, if you don't check the ego, you could go into this competitiveness, or you could experience that as coming back at you from others because it's being mirrored from within, something like that. So just be aware, be mindful, and make sure that you are keeping your heart light, your sights set, and your heart pure, and your mind light, your heart pure, and your sights set on what you want. That's kind of the gist of it. So learn the trade, learn the skill, learn this new game that you're playing, learn the new techniques of whatever game this is, in this metaphor. It's not a game, but yeah. Anyway, and then I think you'll see a lot of growth from that, because you are committed. So the more that you put in is what you're going to get back. But spend time right now just focusing on getting into the beginner mindset again, because that's what's actually going to help you. And listen to the ego, or the part of the mind that is in resistance to stepping back into that beginner role. It's kind of like I'm getting the vibe of like you are like, this is just an example. This is not going to be literal for anyone, at least I don't think, but this is just the example that's coming to mind. It's like you're a CEO of a top company, Fortune 500, you're very, very successful. And then you're kind of like, this doesn't satisfy me anymore. So I'm going to resign, quit my job, sell the company or whatever, appoint someone else. And I'm going to go be a pottery person. Like, I'm going to make pots because I've always wanted to do it, and it's super fun, and I'm really passionate about it. And I've loved that ever since I was a little kid, but I really don't know how to do it. And it's like this highfalutin CEO goes into this pottery class, and he's sitting there with mud on his hands, and like he's got this misshapen bowl, and he's just like, what the hell is this? It's like he's used to being so top tier that being a beginner and kind of sucking at something is like a little bit of an ego hit. But from one of my favorite quotes from Adventure Time, Jake says, sucking at something is the first step to being sort of good at something. So that's how I, laughter. We got to just laugh at these things. And again, come at it with this mindset of a child, because would a child get frustrated that their clay pot sucks? No, they'd just be like, ooh, this feels good. And wow, look what I can make. And it would just look horrible. And they'd be so proud of it because they did that and they had fun doing it. That is the message for you, group number 2. That is the core of this reading. It is what Spirit wants you to know, and this is specifically related to your wealth. So wealth is not just money. Wealth is emotional. as well. And what I can see here is that by embracing the fun of what you're doing and getting into that beginner mindset and almost approaching it with that childlike mindset, you're really going to see a lot of wealth from that. And that's going to grow, and that's going to build something much more long lasting. And this will help you to overcome the challenges to reach the top of the mountain where that achievement lies. Okay? But again, it's not about the goal or the destination. It's about the journey. So just have fun. Okay? That's what I want to say. I will leave it at that. So that is your reading, group 2. I hope that it helped. I hope that some messages here resonated with you. Take what does, leave the rest, as you guys know. Yeah, let me know how it resonates in the comments below or what came up for you. I'm sending you so much love in this endeavor and so much fun and playfulness and joy. All right. And if you guys are looking for more in-depth reading, I do have spots available for one-on-one client sessions. If you guys are interested, you can check them out through the services page of my website, which is linked in the description box below. And if you guys want extra content, weekly guidance, and monthly live streams here on the channel, you can become a channel member, which will give you access to the weekly pick a card readings, as well as the monthly live streams where you guys can ask me questions once a month, and I will pull cards for you live on camera. So those are the options and extra services available. I will leave it at that. I love you guys, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hello, group number 2. You guys chose this really cool looking fossil. It gives me very grounding vibes. Like, I know whenever I hold this in my hand, it just feels really safe. It feels ancient in the best possible way and very grounding. So let's find out what's going on for you in business, career, money, finances, all of that. We're going to look at your tarot cards first, then we'll go into your oracle cards. Okay, you have the Queen of Wands. Who's the boss lady up in here? Up in here, up in here. You guys are just giving me like boss vibes, very grounded, feels strong. I'm also getting a message about multitasking. I feel like you guys are really just like on the ball, you know, you're able to juggle a lot of different things and be successful or be really good at that. So you're doing it very well. Okay, well, maybe some of that multitasking, even though you're doing it well, or it comes off as you doing it well, it could be taxing you mentally and physically. But I do think you have a lot of energy. So I wonder here, because the Queen of Wands, she's very energetic. She doesn't really run out of energy. Like she's like a powerhouse, you know, that's what I mean, like boss lady vibes, male or female, just take it as it resonates. But the 10 of Swords here is like, I've tried everything and I've failed, or I've come up against brick walls after brick walls, and now I'm completely spent. I feel betrayed. I feel completely depleted, you know, I'm laid out. It's not a good energy. So I'm wondering how this fits together, because we've got two very opposite energies with these two cards. So let's just keep going, because I wonder. Okay, Princess of Discs. I was mentioning grounding with the crystal that you guys chose, or the rock that you chose. And Princess of Discs is all about that. It's grounding. And I was feeling like maybe grounding is something important here. Yeah, because the Queen of Wands can sometimes, like, she has so much energy that sometimes she doesn't really, like, it kind of goes in all directions, and then that can leave you maybe feeling burnt out. So you need to ground to replenish yourself, or to make sure that you're not expending excessive amounts of energy. Yeah, balance. Okay, yeah, justice, balance. So, and that's falling right underneath and in the position of power. It is about balancing, because grounding is going to create more balance for you, group number 3, and it's going to help you to prevent or even recover from burnout if you've been experiencing any of those symptoms, or even like cyclical burnout. Because I do feel like when you're on, you're like really, really on. You know, you're on the ball, you're doing a million things at once, you're replying to everyone, you're doing everything, you're taking on positions of leadership or roles that require a lot of responsibility. I feel like you just do a lot, group number 3. And nobody on this planet has infinite energy. Like we do at soul level, but physically we don't. And that's normal, and that's actually quite healthy and okay. And that's why I think they're talking about grounding here. It's like you need to get grounded in your body. You need the right nutrition. You need to take breaks. That's what they just said in my head. They're like, you need to take breaks, group number 3. You need to have balance in your work life. Like work, physical health balance is really, really important here. That's what they're showing me. Queen of Swords as well. Yeah, so 2 queens. Like I said, it's like boss energy, very powerful, very capable. You know, like that's what I feel. I feel like you're very capable. You're very strong. You're very detail oriented, because I even just started like correcting the cards to make sure that they're very straight. And that's like that Queen of Swords energy. Very mental. It's Virgoan in the sense that Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Is that correct? Because that's what I just got intuitively. Something about Virgo and Mercury. So it's like very mental. And I think that's what helps you stay on the ball so much. But yeah, it does. It feels like you need time to just... Oh, they just showed me somebody out in the garden. Especially if you're an entrepreneur. Or you're in a very demanding leadership position, because that's what this feels like. Group number 3, this is what it feels like. You're in a leadership position, you have a lot of responsibility, and you're very powerful and you're very good at what you do, but you need some time to recharge. You need some time to just recharge. And they did show me somebody like working out in the garden. And this could be specific to you or somebody watching, or it could just be like a metaphor for having some time to connect to the earth and to rejuvenate your energy with doing something maybe that you like that's not related to your job. You know, it's like just purely for you, because that's going to help create balance. Desire and attraction with the snake card. Okay, very interesting. And love, new love, the heart. Now, if this was not a career reading, I would be like, ooh, who's this new beau coming in, or this new relationship that you're experiencing a lot of attraction and desire and love and all this new stuff coming up. But since this is a career reading, I feel like this is kind of going off of what I was seeing over here. It's like, because you are so attracted to what you're doing, like you are very good at it, and you like it a lot because you're good at it. You know what, you probably actually love what you do. Especially if you're an entrepreneur, I feel like you're like, this is my business and I built it from the ground up and I'm so proud of it and I love what I do and I'm so good at it. And you are. And that's also the shadow side of that is kind of pushing you into overdrive, where you're overextending yourself. There's another reading that was sort of like this. I can't remember if it was group 1 or 2, but it was sort of like this. It was a little different, but it felt similar. It was like this message of like, slow down. I think it was group 1, yeah, because they had the snail instead of this little guy. Yeah, anyway, it feels like you love what you're doing, but that can work for you and it can also work against you. Yeah, they just showed me this spiral on the back of this card here, and I didn't even associate that with group 1. I just was trying to remember what the other reading that reminded me of this one was. I think it was group 1, and then that spiral kind of confirmed it, but I won't know until I go back and watch, because when I do these channelings, I completely forget right after I do them, so I don't know. You got why? Why? I feel like that's a good question to ask. Why? Why are you doing what you're doing? Because you love it? Why? What about it do you love? Because you're attracted to it? You desire something from it? Why? What is that? I feel like it's like about asking the right questions. I just keep getting that message about asking the right questions and you'll get the right answers. So there's something here that it's coming into balance, or it needs to come into balance. But to do so, you've kind of got to ask yourself the right questions, and that will give you the answers you need to be able to rectify this, whatever it is. It's like, yeah, something's out of whack here. Let go of stress. Okay, so yeah. Don't take on other people's stress. Breathe it out now. Yeah, I feel like because if you're in a position of power like this, or you're in a position of leadership, or you just have a lot of responsibility, even if you're not in a leadership role, I do feel like you take on a lot, group number 3. That's the feeling I keep getting. And I think a lot of it is because you love what you do, or you're just very good at it, or maybe you love helping people, or maybe you love doing, whatever. It's like you love it. But you do seem to take on a lot of stress. And I think this would, from what I'm seeing here in the cards, lead to cycles of burnout. So it's kind of like you're really super productive, and then you push yourself so hard towards a goal, or to do all of these things, that you run yourself pretty ragged here, and then you end up, eating dirt, in the sense that you're just like can't do anything else. And then you have to like recoup. But I think you're the type of person who wouldn't even stop if you hit that level. Like when I burn out, I shut down, I completely disengage, and I have to care for myself, because my body physically won't let me keep going. But I feel like you're the type of person who, you have quite a bit of energy, so you could technically keep going past that point of like that critical point where you're about to burn out. So you want to watch for that, group 3, because I think that you're pushing yourself too hard, and you're taking on too much stress. It is feeling like 9 of Swords, and I think it was group 1. Like I said, I think it was group 1 that card came out, but I can't remember. Recovery. Wow, the cards are speaking loud and clear. Okay, so yeah, if you've experienced this burnout because you've pushed yourself too hard, it's almost like a work addiction, because this just reminded me of like love addiction. When you're in like that new love relationship, and it's like the honeymoon phase, there's so much desire, so much attraction, it's all hot and heavy, you just want to be with them all the time, but it's a little bit, it's a little imbalanced. It is like, that's like the love bombing a little bit, where it's a bit too much. It's like almost codependent, and I think that's a healthy part of every relationship, or at least it can be if done properly. But I see here that it's kind of like that, but with your work. It's like you're in this perpetual state of like this honeymoon phase where you always just want to be doing it. It's a little bit workaholic vibes. I'm not gonna lie, that's what I'm getting here. But like, it's leading to burnout, and you're taking on so much that it could be negatively affecting your physical health, because that's what I'm getting is like, yes, it could be negatively affecting your mental health too, but I think specifically it's negatively affecting your body. And that's why they're saying you need the right nutrition. You need to take breaks. You need to rest. You need to sleep. You need to, they keep repeating eat. You might be the type of person who runs so high that you forget to eat. You just like go, 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 and you don't take a break. They're really emphasizing the food here. I feel like you're almost like malnutritioned. Yeah, so that's why they're saying recovery and letting go of that stress, because you need to balance this out. Otherwise, it could lead to this if you're not there yet, or it could lead to recurring cycles of that, which is not good. Not good for your brain or body. Ooh, I like this though. You've got victory here. Okay, so group 3, it ultimately, it is leading to victory. It is leading to balance for you, and there is a lot of success. I mean, I cannot deny how powerful you are. Really, I can't. Like, you're just so on the ball, group number 3. You're very good at what you do, and I get why you're so attached to what you do and why you want to be doing it all the time. You probably have a very clear why. It's like, I feel like you have a very clear mission statement. And if you work for someone else, like, you're very passionate about what you do. Or if you work for yourself, you're very passionate about what you can do for others, or why you're doing what you're doing. It's like, it's passion. It's passion that drives you. It's like this fiery, deep drive to accomplish this thing, to be victorious. Really, yeah, it's like you just love it. And I so admire that, and I absolutely love it, group number 3. And you need to prioritize your health. Spirit would not have drawn you to this reading unless you needed to hear this message or something along these lines, because it feels like you've pushed yourself so hard that your body needs time to recover. It needs you to just spend some time on the couch, which I know probably would feel maddening to you, or to go out into the garden, or to just take like a 20-minute break. They're like, no, you need an hour. I was going to say 15, and then I upped it to 20, and the spirit in my head was like, no, you need an hour. You need like an hour or more so that you can recharge and then come back strong and rejuvenated, so you can really create a lot of abundance for yourself in this lifetime, because that's what you're doing here, really. Group number 3, you're creating a lot of abundance here in this lifetime. Like, you have so many ideas, you have so much to give, I see. And you're on a mission. Like, that's what it feels like. You're here on a mission, and you are driven by a motor to accomplish this task, or to do this work, whatever it is. It feels soul level. It really does. It's like your soul is so driven, but I think the human mind can kind of take that a bit too far. Yeah, it can take it a bit too far. And it's like that part of the mind that needs to kind of pull back and just take some time to be okay, just chilling out. Your angels and spirit guides also want you to know that they are here to provide energy healing for you. So anytime that you're feeling tired, they want you to ask to receive some energy, ask to get a bit of a healing, because that's what they're recommending too. And they can do that while you're sleeping, or while you're on break, or you're taking just a nap or a rest or something. Even when you're eating, you can ask them to bless the food, or even you can bless the food that you're eating. Just anything to really amp up your vital force energy, because I feel like you expend a lot of vital force energy. You use a lot of mental energy as well, and you're taking on stress from other people or from what you're doing. It's like a lot. So yeah, spirit just really wants you to know that you're loved, and they want to help take care of you, but you have to do that for yourself as well. They can't force you to do anything, and they can't help you if you don't ask. So it is important that you choose to slow down a little bit from time to time. Yeah, they did just give me a message that you're building an empire with the Victory and the Queen of Swords. This could be an empire built on communication, or the mind, or teaching. But yeah, it's like you're building something very big. You're speaking to people. I do see that. And you've come a long way, group number 3. Like, I just want to say, you're probably very well along in your career, because I feel like you're in like a position of power, and you've earned it. Yeah, you've earned it. And I keep getting this message of entrepreneurship, so it's like you've appointed yourself to a very high position, because if you own your own business, you can, it's like you gave yourself a raise, or you gave yourself a promotion, or you took on more responsibility so that you could scale your business or something like that. And if you work for someone else, same message, just how it applies for working in a different type of structure. But yeah, it feels like you're very good at what you do, and you're building an empire of some kind. So it's Rome wasn't built in a day. That's what I want to say, group number 3. Rome was not built in a day, and I do feel like you've been doing this for much longer than a day. Like, you've been working at this probably for quite a while, and that's why you're at this position that you're at, or you have this level of skill and power and control. But I feel like you are pushing so hard because, first of all, you love it, but also because you want to create something. And I think, first of all, I think you have created something really, really cool and really awesome. Let me know if you feel comfortable sharing what you do for a living. Put it in the comments, because I'm interested. It does feel like it's really like a cool thing that you've created here, and you're very good at it. But it's just like this message of slow down. I probably close out this reading soon because I feel like I'm just repeating myself at this point, but that's really the message that Spirit wanted to drive home, group 3, is that you need to slow down. You just need to take some rest, let go of the stress. Otherwise, you're going to burn yourself out. So it's important you have balance here, because to build this empire, which you are and you will and you have done, is going to be easier to do when you are taking care of your physical, big emphasis on the body, on your physical health. So make sure that you're building in time to your schedule if you have to take time to rest and recover. That is the most productive thing you can do here. And sometimes that will be slowing down and going and doing a hobby or something that's not involved with your work. That does feel rejuvenative, but yeah, you have to kind of schedule it in and come at it with the perspective or the mindset that this is productive and it is also part of your work and your goal. Okay, so that's what I see for you, group number 3. I hope this reading helped. I hope that it supported you in some way, shape, or form, and that it helps you to really achieve this goal that you have here of building this empire and being the best you can be. Okay, I'm sending you so much love. Thank you so much for being here. If you guys want to book a personal reading with me, you can find my services and products and things like that through my website, which is linked in the description box below. And if you want to become a member here on the channel, you can gain access to the weekly guidance and the monthly live streams where members can ask me personal questions and I will provide answers using tarot, oracle, and my psychic abilities. So if you guys are interested, hit the join button down below, should be right next to the subscribe button. And we will see you in the next reading. Bye.